his life, the first thing that he does is not about jumping into the gym. It's not about changing how he looks at all. He restricts access to himself. He becomes more selective with who gets access to him, who gets access to his energy, who can reach him, who gets access to him emotionally. He starts to pull back from people that literally drain him. He will stop explaining himself. He will stop entertaining chaos. He stops giving unlimited access to people that add pressure to his life instead of peace. He restructures his circle, his priorities, and his schedule. Let me be clear. This is not because he's cold-hearted. No, he is focused now. Now, we all know that men are emotionally intelligent. They don't cut people off because they're angry. They cut people off because they are done bleeding out in places that cannot heal him. When a man is in his reset season, it is all about him guarding his peace. We all know when a man is protecting his peace, everything in his life is about to blow up.
Why do women friend zone guys who would make them wives for guys who made them single moms?
I feel like sometimes it's really like the guys that'll make you a wife. Women, they don't want to like change who they are. So they say they want to be a wife, but they're not ready to really play the wife role or whatever. So I feel like that's really what it was.
I feel like some women know what they want with the wrong men, if that makes sense, because a lot of y'all want babies, cars, houses, with the guy that just doesn't want that. Like, if he says no, it's no.
Best way to find out if a nigga is to call him a big nigga. After you call him a big nigga, if he puts his hands on you, he's...
I just feel like there's better ways to find out if you have a bad partner than getting him to toss your around. I feel like if somebody's gonna do this to you, the signs were there way before you did this this whole experiment you have lined up. You just ignored all the flags that he was showing you. What do you even gain from this? After you get your smashed in, are you just gonna be like, ha, I got you, I was right, I was right. Also, I can't believe I have to say this, but it goes both ways. If you verbally someone, I'm not saying they should absolutely break your but you're literally asking for it in this demonstration. Why are y'all so keen on finding partners anyway? Every girl I've ever been in a relationship with, or even had the privilege of being friends with, none of them would try this, and none of them have had partners. I feel like when you go looking for something, it's gonna find you, especially when you look for it like this. I hope most women that see that video definitely think that it's wrong and that they shouldn't do that. But for the small percentage of you that look at that and you're like, you know what? I'm trying that night. Good luck. Put your hands up, cause it's coming your way. Social media has ruined relationships, bro. I will stand by that. Like this video is a great example of how dating, online dating, everything about relationships in 2026 has gone downhill, and it's beyond saving. Can someone confirm if that woman is still with us? If she has tried this method that she preaches, and if she is still around to tell the tale? I don't know if she is.
What would you say in response to people who look at that and say, oh, I aspire to that?
Not real. I did it. I don't want it. Never want that for myself anymore. That would be the last thing that I advised a young girl to do, to look at, look at men of means being, your saving grace or your safety net. Girls are thriving. Women are thriving. We're outpacing men in every aspect of life.
I've spoken to women before who have a partner who has lots of means, and it contributes, may not be the only reason, but it definitely contributes to their feeling of appreciation to be in the relationship, love for the relationship.
I've dated enough of them that there is a consistency. I call it rich man syndrome. They walk with the attitude and the bravado that they are the breadwinner. And they're the ones that are affording you this luxurious life.
One photo every few minutes adds to the buzz surrounding this red brick wall in McCarran Park in Brooklyn. Normally when you hear brick wall in relationships, in the same sentence it signals an end in sight. But on the weekends from noon to 8, it's a special place for singles looking for their next match. As the co-founders of the peak dating app behind the movement, PlayCupid.
I think what people have been really enjoying is sort of the organicness of like what this provides, even something small like handwriting, right?
Each photo posted, literally posted, has a single's name, their age, what they're looking for, and a few handwritten words about themselves, giving other singles a peek into their potential partner.
It's awesome. It saves my fingers from swiping. So I'm pretty appreciative of it.
It's another avenue for people to find love, and that's what we all want to do at the end of the day.
One of the co-founders shares how it works.
They'll get 2 photographs taken. One goes on the love wall, one goes home with them for memory. Then we fill out a little Cupid card, the index card right there, some brief information, let the people know a little bit about your personality. And from that, the rest of the work is on us.
Couples who are more dependent on each other become more independent in their lives. So there was like studies showing that I think they got couples to do like games or puzzles, and then they had to fill out a survey of how much do you respond to your partner's needs. Basically, how dependent are you on each other? And the ones that were more dependent didn't want to hear, like, I think it was the clues or the answers from their partner. They wanted to do it independently. And then they followed up and they found that the couples more dependent on each other had met their independent goals 6 months down the line.
Why do you think that is? What's the proposed mechanism?
Because it's like the original Mary Ainsworth experiments where the caregiver leaves and they kind of measure how the child responds. You need like a stable, secure relationship to feel confident to go and explore the world. You need to have like something to hold on to step off. And I think that's a big reason why Gen Z are incredibly risk averse and not resilient, is because we don't actually have a foundation to fall back on. So if your parents are divorced and you don't feel that sense of belonging, you're not going to step off into the chaos of the world. You're going to hold back and you're going to find relationships threatening. You're going to find words traumatic. You're going to be scared by it because the ground is like crumbling beneath you. So you can't step off it.
Do you wish that men would approach you more?
Yes, definitely.
Definitely. I like being approached because it shows that they're taking initiative, and I like that attitude.
Did your boyfriend approach you? How did you get?
No, I actually approached him.
Yes, I feel like now it's a lot of like men are more I don't want to say timid, but like a little more timid and shy.
Oh yeah, I agree too. I wish they approached us more because I feel like nowadays it's honestly really hard to meet people too. Meeting people is like through apps now, like to join Facebook groups, dating apps. I wish it was like more like whenever everyone just like would approach each other and talk.
Where would a guy approach you that you would feel most comfortable?
I was putting myself in areas where I thought I would find like-minded people. So like walking on the trail here, coffee shops, bars that I like.
Probably on the trail. I think gym too, if it's a little bit more conversational.
Women love to put a man in the platonic male friend situation because they have everything to gain and they don't have to give him. You want this man to operate like a boyfriend or a husband would operate. You want him to change tires on cars. You want him to come to your rescue if somebody with you. You want him to cover the bill when y'all go out for drinks, but you don't want to go give him some. You gonna go over there and give Ray and Pookie the. Don't sign up for that. You ask women, okay, what does a man get for being your platonic friend? I give him advice, bitch. Is you married? Is you got a successful relationship? Are you up a couple M's? Is your credit score over 800? What the you advising me for?
Right.
What are you about to teach me how to fail? Are you teaching me how to be divorced? Are you teaching me how to never get married? Are you teaching me how to be a baby mama? Are you teaching me how to have a credit score? Are you teaching me how to get evicted 3 times in 1 year? What you teaching me? I don't want that advice. It's low vibrational advice.
Right.
My female friends put me on a bag.
For sure.
China when they put me. The person I signed her. She put me on $100,000 play today.
Right.
That's a friend.
That's a
she
friend.
serves a purpose.
Right.
Okay. This is just calling to see what we doing, what I'm doing, what you doing. You want to go out to VVS tonight? You want me to come pay for the liquor?
I have a buddy, he's super successful, but he has no girlfriend. And I asked him, why don't you have a girlfriend? He said, responsibility without authority is slavery. The argument he made was today's dating, you take on all the responsibility over her emotions, her finances, but you have no authority over her. You can't tell her what to do, you can't tell her where to go, you can't tell her how to dress, but you are liable for everything about her. It is the worst liability, is what he argued. And I thought that was profound. I thought that was a profound statement. Responsibility with no authority is slavery. And I started thinking about it. Slaves, they work. They have all the responsibility over work, but they don't get paid. They have no authority over their life, over what they do. Dating for a man nowadays, in the Americas, all the Americas, not just the United States. This is my friend in Colombia. Dating for a man, you are responsible for paying for everything. You're responsible for her emotions. But God forbid you have any authority over her because she's an independent woman. She's independent except for the fact that you are responsible for everything about her, aside from whatever she wants to do. That's his argument. And I started thinking about it. I was like, you know what? He's onto something. Responsibility without authority is slavery. Dating in the Western world for men is slavery. That's a pretty good argument. What do you think? Is he taking things too far? Is he being dramatic? I think he's got a point there. Because whenever I see people dating, I see the man, he's responsible for everything, but he has no authority over the relationship.
I think there are some women that are starting to get it. She was talking about when a man enters into his reset season, he starts rearranging. He starts quietly moving a lot of things. Because men don't, men deal a lot of times in action. They will let you go on for a long time. Then when you continue to show them, hey, I ain't doing nothing but playing in your face. I ain't doing nothing but spending your money, wasting it, messing around is what I'm doing. Man says, okay, well, you know, I hate that about myself. I really like this girl, but it turns out I was just a simp. That's it. And, you know, it hurts to admit it, but that's all I was. I was just simping for a girl that doesn't actually like me. You know, I'm trying to pursue this girl for 5-6 months. You know, they say that men don't yearn anymore. And I was, you know, I would take this woman out and she'd say, oh, well, we're just friends. And I'd say, hey, you know, maybe I can do something to get her to see me in a different light. She didn't do it. So now I had to take a step back and I have to start doing for myself the money that I was spending on her. I start spending on myself. She's going to be upset. She's going to be knocked off balance. But that's not my problem. I'm not her man. That's her problem. That's when modern women start to get upset. When a man starts to pull back and go a different direction. I just literally reverse and drive another direction. Modern women want men to sit in the same spot over and over. Just park it. Don't go anywhere else. Man is saying there ain't nothing going on here. I need to go find something else to do. No movies planned, no nothing. I need to go find something else to do. Modern women like I'm the movie. Just watch me. No. This is not entertaining to me. I don't want this.
They're not all 304s, guys. There are girls who don't engage in that kind of behavior, who don't have social media accounts, who don't party and drink every weekend, who don't sleep around like that. But they are incredibly hard to find because they don't do the things that most people do. They end up going to farmers markets. They go to libraries or small bookstores. They read. There are a lot of women who do that. They are not the ones who get all the attention. They're the ones you pass up, the ones who cover up. Those girls are hard to run into because they're oftentimes introverted and alone. It's work to find them. Dating apps kind of help with this because everyone is looking for companionship. These women will go on there sometimes, but then they'll delete the app soon enough. If you're one of those girls, if you want to be found, you got to be in the game. If you're not in the game, you're automatically losing. There's no way around it. Otherwise, you just get a dog and die alone.
Anti-feminist women do not like men. That is a lie. Do you think the expectation that a man be an emotionally repressed workhorse is love? A marriage is 33% more likely to end in divorce if a man loses his job. You know where you stand. Do you think that love from a woman who believes in equality lives and dies on this Kafka-esque hill? Because I watched my feminist mother stay with my father as he lost 2 jobs. They were together for 40 years, and she read him books every day on his deathbed. Feminist women do not hate men. They expect men to be better, and they love the men who choose it more than anybody.
A hardworking man will not shower you with gifts, but he will never leave you feeling empty. Being with a hardworking man doesn't mean you get designer bags and fancy trips on repeat. It means waking up and the bed's already cold because he left at 5 a.m. to make sure the lights stay on. He doesn't talk about big love. He just shows up every single day. Tired, dirty, quiet, but he shows up. He might come home with grease all over his hands and clothes and nothing in his pockets, but his eyes still search for you first, then the kids, then the dog, like you're the only thing that makes the whole day worth it coming home. He might not bring flowers, but he'll bring the rent money, the groceries, the fixed car, the future that you don't have to worry about. He's not out chasing attention or compliments. He is too busy building something real. He might forget to say, I love you with words, but he says it when he drags himself out of bed after 4 hours of sleep because somebody has to keep the world from falling on you, right? He will make mistakes. He will lose his temper. He will go quiet when he's hurting, but he will never walk out, never give up, and never stop swinging for his family. A hardworking man doesn't sell you the fairy tale and dreams. He wakes up and turns them into reality while you're still rubbing your eyes from sleep. That is not absence of romance. That is the deepest kind that there is. Respect the man who comes home empty-handed but never empty-hearted, because guess what? Luxury fades. But a man who stays, oh, that is the rarest thing that you can ever own.
Men shouldn't open up to women. If you open up to your woman, she will lose respect for you and maybe even leave you. Women don't want men who talk about their emotions. This is one of the most popular ideas from the manosphere or the red pill community. And it comes from pure weakness and cowardice. And here's why. The only woman who would leave you because you opened up to her is an emotionally immature woman, or the one that didn't even care about you in the first place. Usually both. So you not opening up to your woman is not a sign of wisdom and you knowing what women want. It's a sign of fear, because you are not ready to find out if the person you're with is actually for you.
They're gonna hate me for saying this, but feminism is destroying America. It's making women more masculine while claiming to hate masculinity and calling men toxic. It's destroying marriages because now women are divorcing their husband the minute they're unhappy. This is why most divorces are initiated by women. Now it's all about the woman's feelings. It's turning men into cucks by making them weak, feminized, and getting them to submit to the woman. Feminism was never about equality. It's about giving the woman power and control.
When you are a nice guy, you feel the need to want to save a woman. Your whole identity in this relationship is saving a broken woman, is trying to heal someone that doesn't want to do the healing for themselves. And you can only give them so much to make them the person that you want them to be. And then when they finally reach that threshold, even if they didn't do the work themselves, you feel like you did your job. But what happens when you're trying to save a broken person and then you bring them to safety? You're out of a job. So when you bring a broken woman to feeling safe, even though she didn't do the work, she doesn't need you anymore. She maybe felt she was undeserving of love. Men treated her like shit in the past. Like, you showed her that, yo, you're deserving of love. Yeah. You're worth it, right? But she actually didn't want to be with you. You were just the nice guy to fill the void, to build herself back up, to go back out and get someone else. Yeah. And that's why nice guys always get crushed, because they feel like if I save her, I can change her into who I want her to be, but you're just saving her for someone else.
You think a lot of women provide men peace in relationships?
No. They don't know how to because they haven't done their own shadow work. They haven't learned themselves. So they don't know who they are. They're going into relationships to look for their purpose and place purpose on men instead of figuring out the purpose within for themselves. So you get into a relationship and now this is your end all or be all, because if this don't work out, this is your happiness. And that's a problem. You should not be looking for your happiness in a relationship. You should figure out your happiness within yourself, love yourself, and be whole within yourself. And then maybe you are ready for a relationship.
I want a high value man, and that's what I'm looking for. I feel, I'm building myself for that type of man.
Why do you want a high value man?
Because I deserve that.
You don't deserve anything.
Oh, okay.
Who are you?
God damn! Simone.
Simone deserves nothing. No one in this world deserves. Excuse me? What makes you so special? Do you deserve access to somebody else's stuff?
Nothing really makes me special to deserve access to anybody's thing but my own.
Thank you. So you don't deserve a high value man. Nobody deserves anything. We earn. How are you going to earn a high value man?
By building myself to be a high value woman.
Were you raised with your mother and father?
No, my dad was married. I had a stepmother, and my mom, I have a stepfather.
This is starting to go downhill.
No,
already.
Don't let it go downhill.
No. First off, check that. And this is part of the reason why high value men, they care very much about how their women think, because they're a representation of them. You come in talking about what you deserve, and it really comes down to you. And as an only child, there's something called only child syndrome. Only children tend to be very selfish. And that's what's kind of showing through right here. What value is a selfish person in a relationship to anybody much less a high value man.
I am honestly so proud of the women today. And they think that it's an insult to us that they have to run to third world countries to find women who are poverty stricken. Women who ain't never seen $3 all lined up together in their life. Women who got to share one spoonful of rice with a family of 6. Women who don't have rights, who can't work, who probably only bathe once every 2 months. Women who in their countries are getting raped by their men, beat up by their men. Nowhere around them do they feel safe. From a child up, they're raised to just accept how men treat them because they just don't have any rights. They're basically slaves. These women are in poverty, and these men be so broke in the United States, so ugly in the United States, so corny in the United States.
Jesus. So if these men are all of that, then why are you worried about them? This is a wild video. That video was absolutely from that one. There's some similarities in the women that are on this video. See if y'all can catch it.
Subservient to them and do what they want, basically some sort of indentured servitude.
You feel that you need to go to Antarctica to marry a polar bear. Get a polar bear.
I'ma just keep it real. And you think you're gonna come in that country and you're gonna take that? I ain't protesting the damn thing. I mean, I ain't protesting to get you back to these United States. Stay your stupid ass over there.
I don't think black women care.
We do not care.
That we don't care. We literally don't. Like we care. We don't care.
No one gives a you because we never cared about you to begin with. Let's be clear.
But I believe in y'all still. The ones that's doing the work anyway. We don't want you other ones anyway.
We don't give one. Not one rise. I keep telling y'all this. We don't care.
Yes, passport, bro. We don't care where you go. We don't care who you with. Look, a hard thing to care. We don't care.
This one right here saying that she don't care. So y'all can go ahead and scratch her off your list of dateable women. I know y'all hurt. I know y'all sad about that. But y'all gonna just have to chalk that one up to the game. She is not available to you guys. That's what she's saying. So I know y'all gonna go home, cry in the car or whatever, because you don't have access to this woman. And I'm sorry for that. You know, passport bros. Maybe you could find another woman in Brazil or something like that to maybe replace this woman right here, because she said she don't want y'all. So.
And there was a guy that was, because the woman's claim was feminism isn't for me. I like men. And what he was saying, well, my mother was a feminist, and she read to my dad. Well, she was with my dad for 40 years. And then my dad got sick, and, she was still by his side pretty much every day, if not every day. And she read to him. And, that's actually very touching. It truly is. I think what a lot of men are talking about is the propaganda and the narrative that's being talked about. Say, for instance, you might hear in music, I don't cook, I don't clean. And this woman is going to cook and clean for her husband, but she's telling other young ladies not to do that. It's not necessarily, that's not telling anybody to be better. That's saying, I'm not going to contribute to this relationship. You know what I mean? It'd be one thing if say, well, we want to be equal. We want to be seen as, we don't want to be seen as somebody that only has the ability to stay home. We can go out and work too. I think that's essentially what was happening during World War II and then after World War II. Is, you guys went off to war. Somebody had to work in the factories. So women start doing more of those jobs, right? And then after the war, we don't necessarily want to go back to the house. We want to stay out and kind of work and find something to do. That's fine. What isn't okay is the propaganda and the rhetoric that we're hearing, like I said, from songs and a lot of different other things that continues to put women ahead of or above or better than men. That's off base.
Hot take, but the Are We Dating the Same Guy Facebook groups have gotten wildly out of hand. And I feel like I'm totally going to get in trouble for even posting something like this because it's like the mafia in there. But it's like new age cyberbullying, some of these posts. I mean, girls are literally just screenshotting Hinge profiles and posting any red flags. Duh, somebody's ex is gonna comment.
If the woman that you're interested in is in one of these groups, red flag, please run. Get away as fast as you can, as soon as you can. Because it's really the same way as the girl that you're interested in going and calling your ex or all of your exes to find out more about you. That generally is not okay. Like, no relationship is going to move forward in that case, because what kind of ex is going to only say great things about their ex? Like, they didn't work out and there's a reason. There's going to be most likely, like 95% of cases, there's going to be hard feelings. And the underlying, even more important fact is that for her to do that means that she doesn't trust you enough and she doesn't want to get to know you, the man in front of her, through you. Like, she'd rather see you through your ex's eyes. And do you really want to do that? Unfortunately, a lot of women are falling into this trap because of these groups, and they think that it is actually a normal, acceptable thing that is healthy. They think that they're all girls, and they all believe one another. They believe that the woman is never the problem. And that, in the end, is just gonna keep you ladies single. Do you guys remember the viral video of the woman that was ending her marathon? Like, she was almost to the finish line and then her kids came running at her and the dad was like behind the gate and he allowed the kids to go running towards her, and then she like ignored them and kept on running, and then everyone started stitching that video and started hating on the dad for allowing the kids to go run towards the mom and like ruin her moment. Yeah, well, if you didn't remember, I'm reminding you. There is a clear double standard here. All in all, I think that it is the sweetest thing to watch this video of this child running towards his dad. But then it also makes me think, what is it that doesn't allow us to feel that same way when the kids are running towards the mom? I think it's sweet. And I just think, looking back, that dad shouldn't have received so much hate.
You want a hot traditional wife who actually respects masculinity? Pack your bags, bro. Femininity isn't gone. It's just relocated. No lectures. No, I'm a boss babe too. Just softness, loyalty, and polarity that actually feels natural again. The first place, Eastern Europe, the blonde bombshell belt. Think of Poland, Hungary, Ukraine. Think 5'9" blonde bombshells who still believe in being wives, not rivals. 94% of Polish women say a woman's role is to make home feel like peace, not pressure. In Ukraine, traditional wives outnumber Tinder feminists 20-1. Land in Warsaw and you'll remember what being a man feels like again. Second location, Latin America. Cinnamon skin, salsa hips. Think of Colombia, Brazil, Argentina, places like that. 87% of Colombian women want a man who leads without being told how to. Brazil's divorce rate, half of America's. They're loyal, passionate, and feminine by default. She's in heels, cooking, smiling, and dancing all the time for you. No power struggle.
Being on a Red Pill podcast has subjected me to a level of victim blaming that I have never experienced before. If you don't know, the network that I was on, they don't just do vigorous debates. They also have conversations with a bunch of different hosts. The show certainly caters to men, and the audience is largely made up of men, but not all of the shows on there are as disrespectful as they are. When I went on the show, I was promised free flights and a hotel to fly out to California from Chicago. The host was incredibly nice, like, hey, come out here. And there was zero mention of a full-blown debate with a white supremacist, well-known far-right Nazi. He even signed a contract, so I felt protected. And I didn't know that I was going to be on this specific show. That information was withheld from me on purpose. There was a man on the show the day before me who was there, and they told him, we can't tell you who's going on because we are surprising her. AKA, they were planning to ambush me. No, I would never have gone on the show had I known what was going to happen. But again, no women would go on the show if they knew the truth. These people are smart and they prey on women because that is how they make their money. Stop blaming me and start blaming the men who actually are harming women. Thank you.
They want? I don't think it's his responsibility. I need to get that interview.
Is it a man's job to pay all the bills at home?
I need to get in that interview.
Is it a man's job to pay all the bills at home?
It is a man's job.
Why?
First of all, my daddy makes $6K. No, he makes 6 figures. Like, so it is a man's job to pay the bills. It is.
So where do you come in as a woman?
I provide everything, okay? I provide emotional support. I'm there financially. I can provide for myself financially, by the way. And I'm just there overall. Like, to be honest, do you not see me? I see you on Instagram.
So does that look like dinner's cooked every single night, 7 days a week?
Oh, I'm not cooking no dinner.
You're not cooking?
I'm not cooking no I will cook now and then. I'm not cooking no dinner.
So,
do I need to cook dinner every night?
Well, then a man doesn't need to pay all the bills.
No, he need to pay all the bills. I'm just here. I'm literally real rare energy, baby. I'm real.
So you just bring your energy and emotional support.
No,
he brings all the money.
They going. I promise you. The next person that pop up, they going. I don't.
Do you think it good puss is enough to keep a man around?
Not baby, good energy. That's an addition. Like the is good addition. Come get the on my interview. Look, good is a good addition. I bring everything to the table. Do you see this?
On today's episode of Avoiding Accountability. Now she's a victim. Hey man, listen, do it. Do it. Do it. You wasn't worried about your mental health of Talia when you was falsely accusing him of getting of essaying you. You wasn't worried about your mental health when you was on there talking about a package. You wasn't worried about mental health when you was calling people ugly. You wasn't worried about mental health then when you made up that and asked for $2,000. You wasn't worried about mental health. Then you gonna wake up today and put a lie talking about you just bought you a Benz truck and from Google and them folk that reverse engineered that picture and found out that was a lie. Gonna sit there and say that boy essayed you and found out that was a lie. Man, why they be making these bitches at, man? This shit don't make no sense. Now these motherfuckers, anytime a woman, you know what, I ain't gonna say, nope. This ain't all women. This a league of our own. Anytime a motherfucker like that got his face with accountability, now all of a sudden, oh, my mental health is bad. Goodbye, y'all. Do it. You want it off yourself, do it. I mean, I be like, do it. Bitch, look at you like. I know it's a little insensitive. I'm sorry, but yeah, fuck her. We ain't feeling no sorry because she wasn't feeling sorry when she was trying to ruin people's lives and careers. If you have not finished your Christmas shopping and you're looking for last-minute great deals, I advise you. Matter of fact, I'm telling you, Member Trust is the place. 50% off every ticketed item. 50% off. Don't get beat in the head for Christmas. Come down to South Lake Mall, Memorable Treasures, 50% off everything. Chains, watches, rings, earrings, whatever you need, wedding bands if you've been a good woman, or just an emerald for your side chick. Memorable Treasures, 50% off sale. It's that ugly money. I'll see y'all at South Lake.
Before you get married, fellas, go sit in family court for an afternoon and watch how the courts treat fathers that are getting divorced. They get absolutely in divorce court. But you all want to march into the slaughterhouse and go get married to a woman and live with her so that you can go through betatization, so that 7 to 10 years down the road she's making videos on TikTok about how she emasculated you and turned you from a masculine Chad into a... Let me share this personal experience before we wrap up this video real quick. I remember I was at the gym once, just finished the shower, I'm over by the sinks and I'm shaving my head. And this guy walks up to me just as I'm doing it and he's toweling himself off and he goes, wow, that actually looks pretty good. He goes, I wish I could do that. And it was balding. He was a little bit overweight, had a little bit of like a belly kind of shaped like a pear, but he also had one of those barbed wire tattoos around his arm. You could tell it's been on his arm probably for about a good 20, 25 years because it was faded. And I said to him, so why don't you just shave your head? And he looked at me and goes, well, my wife won't let me. And it's like, guys like that, like, what do you think's going to happen in your life? What do you think's going to happen if you say yes to everything that she demands of you, or that you stop doing things when she tells you to stop doing things? She's not going to have any respect for you. She's not going to want you. Women want a guy that can say no to them. I don't know how many times I have to tell people this, but agreeing to everything that she tells you to do is not a good strategy.
My son only tried to rob you, and you took his life.
A military veteran has been charged with after shooting and 3 teenagers who broke into his home.
Hey, that's what happened. Yeah, that was supposed to happen. God, raise your kids. God, raise your kids. You see, if they goddamn like the daddy would have whooped their ass before they even got to the point of goddamn even thinking about robbing the house. And one thing I was scared of before anybody else was Philip Harris Sr., nigga. That prevented me doing half the dumb that I was thinking about doing as a child because I had a father that would whoop BTA. You dig what I'm saying? Now, that's just another reason why we need fathers in the household. Because, boy, you expect coming up, you coming this, you get burnt too. The hell?
Your boy Boosie Bad.
your girl Poison Ivy and catch us on Ugly Money Podcast.
There we. The good news is I have one of the biggest podcasts in the Southeast with over 300,000 subscribers on YouTube, over 700,000 on Facebook, and 400,000 on Instagram. The bad news is I don't have anybody to interview. If you have an interesting story and you want the world to see it, if you want the world to hear it, if you have something that the world needs to hear, DM the word #interview. It's not free. It's not free. But it's so cheap that you're not going to want to miss it, and you could come to Atlanta and be on the Ugly Money Podcast. Only DM me if you're budget ready and ready to go, because when we go, we're going crazy. It's that Ugly Money. I'll see you soon.
And, you know, there was a woman that was, I think she was talking to Kevin Samuels, and she was a little bit more milder in attitude and spirit. Not boisterous like a lot of these modern women are. Not boisterous. And I want to say going into, it's not even braggadocious, but it's you're over the top. You're ornery. You have an attitude for no reason. You're looking for a fight. She was less than that, but she still has the same spirit. That's what I keep saying. Some of these ladies out here, they don't have the attitude. Well, they don't display the attitude of a modern woman, but they do have it. They have the behaviors and the tendencies. They might come off as somebody who is nice, very humble, but then when you start talking to them or they start expressing what they want, you realize, yes, this is, unfortunately, as nice as she is, this is a modern woman. She is, it's going to be her way or the highway.
Every man ain't love bombing you. He really liked you and he did nice things for you, and then your nasty tendencies came out and he shut that down. Y'all hoes think y'all beyond reproach. Y'all act like y'all can't turn somebody off. And I've been in friendships with some of you hoes and I've been turned off. This is an airhead, a liability. How dare I allow her into my life?
This is so true. So many women come online making videos about how guys are love bombing them and then disappearing, or he's scared of commitment, or he's flaky, whatever it is. But they always put it on the man. Never ever do they believe they may be the problem. They never think, well, maybe I did something that turned this brother off. Maybe it was something about me that I was hiding at the start and it made a special guest appearance and he didn't want any parts of you after that. Once he got to know me and started looking past my body and my looks, he realized I have nothing to offer. Maybe it was that. Maybe, ladies, everybody's not love bombers. Sometimes it's just you.
Nothing humbles you faster than liking a conventionally attractive guy. Because if you want him, so does everybody else. You think you're having some profound romantic connection. Meanwhile, this man has 27 unopened DMs, 5 Hinge dates this week, and some girl named Katie making a playlist for their late night drives. And that's why it feels like you're losing, because hot men do not date the way normal people date. You're romanticizing, he's optimizing. You're writing lore, he's writing logistics. You're like, this is special. He's like, this is convenient. For now. The hotter he is, the less meaningful your attraction feels. Because congratulations, you and 400 other women all independently came to the same conclusion that he has nice bone structure. Liking hot men starts to feel less like romance and more like entering a giveaway. It completely reverses the dynamic too, because instead of him trying to nervously impress you, you're the one performing. You're in a revolving door of above average looking women in push-up bras, all trying to stand out in the applicant pool. It is equal parts deeply humiliating and psychologically debilitating. Unfortunately, I will continue to participate.
A lot of men get friend zoned for one reason. I didn't want to be creepy. They play it cool, they act extra nice, they hide their attraction, they water themselves down. And then gets confused when a woman says, "Aw, you're such a good friend."
Huh?
A lot of men think showing interest is creepy. It's not. What's creepy is forcing it. What's unattractive is having zero intent. If she cannot feel that you like her, there is no tension, there is no flirtation. You, sir, are giving friendship. Stop being vague. Stop being scared. Stop moving with only friendly energy. Be intentional, flirt a little, let your interest be felt, and stop waiting forever to make a move. Because the longer you act like a friend, the easier it is for her to keep you there. If you're tired of this, DM friend, and let's get you out of the friend zone. Like and share if this resonates, and follow for more dating tips. You know what?
I've learned to accept, as a man,
I am only loved if I'm useful. I've learned to accept when someone calls me, it's because they need something. They're not asking if they can help me. I've learned to accept as a man, the love for me is conditional. As a man, I've learned to accept not a single person who tried to break me was a stranger. I've learned to accept dad is always the bad guy. I've learned to accept if I am not useful, I am not wanted. What are some of the hardest truths you've learned to accept as a man? And leave that shit down in the comments.
One thing that I've never understood, and this is a genuine question, this is not a hate video at all, but women have been pushing back against the whole being submissive because they want equality, and all of that makes sense to me. But then none of their actions or what they actually respond to reciprocate this. For example, the most common literature that women read are romance novels written by other women in which there's a power dynamic in the relationship that heavily favors the man, whether that him be some sort of mythical creature, or maybe it's a gothic Victorian period piece in which the man is very wealthy, the woman has less rights, comes from less, and overall just creates this submissive vibe. This is often true with TV shows and movies that women like, and it's my theory that that's why women often like older men. See, in my experience in the dating world, women love when a man leads. They love when he plans the date. He says, hey, be ready at 7, wear something nice, I'll plan everything, I'll pay for the date, all that stuff. They love it. But then randomly in other aspects, they're like, hey, I'm all about equality. Now, I know people are going to get mad at me and misinterpret this video, but this is just genuinely me asking, like, why is this? I just don't understand as a man.
You can't make $32,000 a year looking for a man that makes $189 a year. I mean, can it happen? Yes, anything is possible. However, what is the likelihood of it happening? It's not exactly. It's not that likely. So do you want to keep spinning your wheels every day, running into the wrong kind of men which are men who don't want you, or men who are not good for you, or men who will not, can't even have a conversation with them? Like, are you going to keep spinning your wheels with these kind of people? Or are you going to like bring yourself into reality? Are you going to quit being delusional? Like, the delusion is what does. Like, you think you so great and you deserve somebody else. No, what do you qualify for? And you say this all the time, Rico. What do you qualify for? And I'm not saying to like down yourself. It's great to have self-esteem and this, that, and the other. But come on now, self-esteem does not include delusion.
I've been working all the summer, getting my bread up and moving from place to place, from plane to plane, spreading my word out and I've been doing this for a while, searching a better place for my life. Cause where I'm from, the rest, and all we had was nothing, yeah. Say it was zero in blessings, but I had blood in my eyes, fire on my hands, survival plans for my head was getting tired. But you made me wanna trap again. And she said, if you see the lights, remember that I was with you when you were less than lonely lover. Don't forget about me so soon. If you see the lights, remember that I was with you when you were less than lonely.
The less you do, the more successful you'll be with women, especially hot women.
Women need you not to care in order to love you. I will say that one more time. She needs you not to care in order to love you.
She's gonna tell you she wants a good man. Then she'll disappear for the guy who treats her like an afterthought.
If you show a lot of care, you have revealed your interest level.
And you know what's crazy about that? The less you care, the more she starts to. Every single time, I promise you guys.
The less that you care, the more she starts chasing.
She only wants you when you stop caring.
If you show too much care, she now assumes that you have went emotionally weak for her.
The second you show that you need them and that you want them and X, Y, and Z and they're your priority, they hate you forever.
At all times, she wants to know that you have retained your emotional strength.
The less you care, the more she starts to. And that's the crazy part.
Which means the only way she cares about you is oftentimes if you show less care or you are 1 to 2 steps removed from that interaction.
Need less, attract more.
If submission to your husband is dependent on his behavior, it's not submission, it's manipulation. Why is that? Because God told you to submit to your husbands in everything. He didn't tell you to have a caveat. I'll submit if he does what I say. I'll submit if he acts right. I'll submit when he doesn't offend me. That's not submission, ladies. And the problem that many of you are having in your marriages and in your homes is that you want to make submission a transactional engagement when submission is really a spiritual assignment from God. If this offends you, good. I meant to, because you're out of order. If you want to get in order, type apply. If not, keep scrolling.
Modern women will sit up here and blame darn near everyone but themselves for the things that they get themselves into. I mean, they don't even play. They don't even try to make a good excuse. They just say, you know, I was bamboozled. This happened to me. Like they just pulled the wool over my eyes. In what country? Where can it be? Where are you to go? Where you can just say, you know what? I didn't know. So don't put it to my charge. No accountability. Well, they just said this and they did that. You're a grown woman. You're a grown woman. Women sit up, well, they asked me to go on this show and they told me to go on this yacht. I think there was one woman, she was talking to a man about going out for drinks because he invited her out for drinks. She said, I don't really do drinks. He said, okay. And she said, you know, I want you to take me out for dinner. And he said, well, I really don't do dinner. And of course she was like, well, why don't you do dinner? And he's like, I've had a lot of women out there, you know, kind of play me. You know, I paid for the dinner and they don't want nothing to do with me. And so she said, okay, you know, well, I don't go out for drinks because I had a man, you know, basically put something in my drink. And I was like, okay, well, you didn't have to drink that. You know what I mean? Like, there's things that you can do. First of all, like I said, I'm sorry that happened to you. Second of all, when you're out in public, there's things that, this is what I'm saying. There's things that you can do to protect yourself. 100%. Protect yourself. Modern women don't even do that. They don't even do that. They just, oh, well, you know, I'm going to get the, well, I didn't know I was going to be debating a white supremacist. He's not a white supremacist. I mean, number one, number two, even if he was, just say you went in there ill-equipped. You thought you was going to go in that debate with your feelings and you was going to win. You was going to win off of emotion and passion. And he went in there and spanked that behind. He went in there and spanked that behind. Close that mouth. Leave out the door with a Snickers bar and a Coke. I'm going to need something for the road. I think I need to stop at Subway. Go ahead and get on that plane. Enjoy that ride on back to Chicago. Eat in peace. Get a nice little thing for your eyes. Cover your eyes up, a blindfold. Go to sleep. Wake up. You know what? I lost. I took an L on that one, but that's going to be all right. Instead of sitting up here talking about, man, dang, you know, they didn't tell me this, they didn't tell me that. I was completely victimized. Okay.